Hey friends, Allison here, sharing another scrapbooking layout with you today. Welcome back to my channel. This layout is another Cricut only layout. There's not a lot of stickers or really anything else in this layout, mostly just die cuts. So I began with these 3 circles. They are obviously varying sizes and I hand stitched them as well. They are being adhered in just a random pattern down the page. I also distressed the edges of the circles just using my scissors, and then I distressed the edges of the white mat as well that everything's going to be adhered to with my scissors as well. Next comes the fun. I die cut a ton of cherries. I also die cut a ton of cute little white flowers, and they are going to be sprinkled all over the page. This layout is about cherries, and specifically Nanking cherries. Last summer, I harvested my mom's 2 Nanking bushes for her because we love Nanking jam in our family. And I wanted more jam. I have never made jam in my life. This is a year old and I'm finally just getting to scrapbooking this now, and the cherries are still in my freezer. I have not done it yet because quite honestly, I am scared. I want my husband home or somebody home with me to help me through the process. If I do it once, I will be fine a second time, but because it would be my first time, I'm really gun shy. So that's what this layout is about. Here are my 2 pictures. They were printed at 2 by 2 inches, and I matted them to some extra white cardstock, trimmed them out, and I'm going to add them to the layout base with some craft foam. I'm just trimming it down to size, and then I'm going to be gluing it to the back of the pictures. The title is going to separate my 2 pictures. I've got the first picture glued to the layout already. I have my ink sitting on top of it just so that it adheres, to give it a little bit of time to set properly so it doesn't slide around. And while that's going on, I'm working on my title. So the title is Cherry Picker. How can you not make a layout with about cherries without a title that's called Cherry Picker? Anyways, I cut the title, part of it, from Cocoa Vanilla pattern paper. I think it is from Sunkissed. It was a 12 by 12 sheet, but there's only a very small portion left, and it was just large enough to cut the title from, and then also some of the centers of the little white flowers. You'll see them in a few minutes. The second part of the title was cut with red, or cut from red cardstock that I had in my stash. I didn't really use a whole lot of pattern paper in this layout as well. Here's those sweet little flowers. So they cut in there's 4 layers to them. So the flower, the base, and then there's 3 little circles that got glued together and then adhered to the center of the flowers. So I cut them from white, blue, green, and yellow pattern paper and cardstock. There was a lot of layers. So I did all the adhering off camera, assembling, I mean, not adhering. And then the final part of the process I recorded. I'm working on the last little bit of cherries now. They are going to be grouped in pairs, except for the very last one, because I realized that I actually glued one of the cherries backwards. Close to my heart cardstock, which is what I typically use in my crafting, is double-sided. I've mentioned this in my videos before. One side is a true color, and then the flip side is just slightly lighter. So it's a 2-toned cardstock, and sometimes I don't pay attention to what side of the cardstock I'm using, and that's what happened in this instance. So one of them ended up being totally backwards, and I didn't want the 2 leaves to be facing each other. I wanted them to be apart, facing apart. So I ditched the one that I did wrong and just glued the last one. It's by the bottom photo there. I add a couple Tim Holtz phrase stickers from the Small Talk sticker book. I'm going to add my journaling directly to the layout base, and this time I'm just going to do it the traditional way, create some lines with a straight edge ruler and a pencil, and then I'll add my journaling in a black pen and then cover the lines with my black pen once I'm done. I do add a little bit of shimmer to the largest of the cherries using a Close to My Heart shimmer brush. I'll add the date, and with that, this layout's complete. Like, it came together really quickly. From start to finish, it was only 20 minutes. That's recording time, so not counting the assembly, putting all of the pieces together, that was outside of that time frame. But 20 minutes is pretty darn good. And of course, I've whittled this video down to like, I don't know, 6 or 7 minutes, something like that. So it was really simple to make, came together really quickly, and I absolutely love the finished product. This layout is going to be available over in the Cricut community, so you can recreate this layout yourself as well, just in your own personal crafting though, please. There are other layouts. Actually, everything I create will be available for anybody and everybody to create themselves. So definitely head over to the Cricut community if you want to recreate this layout or any of my others. I will include the link in the description box down below, so it's easy to find it. And thank you for joining me. Here's the close-ups. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it inspired you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and a like. I would really appreciate that. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, hit the subscribe button and the little bell so that you can customize your notifications. I'll be back again soon, friends. Take care. Bye.